What's up, y'all? It is October 14th, 2024, and I'm coming in from the future to introduce this video from the past because I lost the audio from the first part of the video and the last part of the video. So just wanted to introduce it so y'all aren't coming in cold. But without further ado, I'm gonna let you watch the video, and then future me will see you again at the end of this video. So see you soon. Bye. Like, communication is super important for me. I mean, I'm a fucking communication major at the end of the day. And I don't know, like, I was just taking a shower, and it's Sunday, and you know, I had like a bit of like a chill day, which nothing wrong with that. Like, I submitted to that today. Like, a lot of the time when it comes to like having a chill day, like, I don't let myself have it. Today I let myself have it. You feel me? Like, today was raining, it's a Sunday, like, I just chilled out. And I wasn't like down on myself about it or anything, but after like my family went home or whatever, like, I just sat down in my studio and I just watched Insecure for like, I watched like 5 episodes of Insecure, and Insecure has been my shit lately. I've been binging Insecure, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And I feel like when I get into these like weird moments in time, I always find a show that I could cling on to. Like, before BoJack Horseman, BoJack Horseman has a special place in my heart, because I watched BoJack Horseman when I was down and out, like, and I think it's just something that like I really appreciate like media like Insecure, BoJack Horseman, because it's so fucking real, and it really like long story short, at the moment in time when I watched BoJack Horseman, I really resonated with the themes that were happening in the show and like what they were discussing, because I was very depressed. Like, I call it my depression show, because that's what it was. It got me through that time. Like, it gave me something to look forward to every day. Like, I was putting time and energy and investment into that show, so it just holds a special place in my heart. And I feel like now Insecure is doing the same thing for me. Like, I've been watching multiple different shows lately, but I'll watch them like here and there, like whatever, like it's something to watch when I eat or whatever, or like I'll just watch YouTube videos and like people that are motivational. But I started watching Insecure, and I'm like, yeah, like, this is it for me. And I think that I'm really clinging on to Insecure right now because what's happening in that show is resonating with my current situation. Granted, I'm not out here like Molly and Issa, like, they got it. Me, I don't got game like that personally, but I just relate to like the confusion and the I want this, but no, actually I want that, but this person said that they'll do this for me, so you know, like, whatever, I could compromise. Like, that back and forth, that uncertainty, that insecurity in the sense of self is something that I'm like, damn, like, seeing it on screen is just like really helping me out. And it's not even like it's helping me out, it's just like, I don't even know like how to explain it, but I feel like, okay, let me try to use my words. I feel like watching other people in a fictional world play out these characters and these scenarios that I feel like I can resonate closely with helps me learn and live through their experiences without necessarily having to make the same mistakes that they're making. So obviously what they're doing is dramatized because it needs to be interesting, because it's a TV show. But seeing it dramatized like that kind of really makes me think of the severity of my actions and the severity of my thought process. Because a lot of the shit that Issa and Molly get themselves into is because of the way that they think. And so I went to a networking event last night. And one of the things that the speaker said that stuck with me was, you need to change the way you think in order to change the way you feel. And the reason why that really resonated with me is because I'm a thinker through and through. Like, my mind is always going. Bring back theorizing. We need to bring back theorizing, because I be theorizing. I be theorizing in the notes app. I be theorizing in the journal. I be theorizing on YouTube. I be theorizing in conversation even. Like, point being, I'm always thinking. Like, my brain is always moving. I'm a Gemini, sue me. Mercury, thank you. But Point being, I'm a thinker and I'm a feeler. Thank you, Cantor placements. Y'all know I'm a feeler. I'm emotional. That's like my whole fucking thing. Like, I can't help it. That's just how I exist in this world. Like, that's just how I exist. Like, I can't change it even if I wanted to. So I just have to live with that. So, and again, too, like, a number that's very significant to me is 47, right? Because it's the 4th chakra and the 7th chakra, the connection between the mind and the heart. And so that statement to me is exactly that. It's the mind and the heart. And that's always my battle. The balance between the two things, between the mind and the heart. So to change the way you think, it's like cause and effect. It's like the independent variable and the dependent variable. The independent variable is the way that you think. The dependent variable is the way that you feel. So, with that being said, in order for the mind, I keep doing this is the mind. You see, that's crazy. That's crazy that my subconscious is even fueling my body language in a way where it's like your mind is your heart, because I think with my heart. And although the heart may be the most intelligent organ in my body, it's not necessarily made for me to think with. That's so funny that I did that. But with that being said, that connection between that equilibrium, if you will, between the mind and the heart and also the soul is a really hard balance to strike for me. And I think that vocalizing those inner thoughts and putting them out into the open really helps me formulate them in a way that is concrete and easier to digest, rather than it being a conceptual idea floating around in my head. So, I'll let y'all in on a little secret. Yo, this is some real vulnerable shit. But this is real talk, because it's real. The other day, I caught myself being a hater. Yep. I was hating. I was hating. I caught myself hating in 4K. 60 frames per second with the grids on and everything. It was clear as day. And it was so automatic. It wasn't even a conscious thought in my mind. I was just sitting here, I had my arms crossed. I'm like, this bitch, this is not. And then I snapped back into it. I'm like, yo, you're hating right now. Like, why are you hating? Like, that's not, like, you're not a hater, bro. Like, what's good with you? And that moment was what inspired this line of thinking of like, yo, like, you need to be aware of what you're thinking. Because I caught my subconscious mind sitting here and repeating these patterns of thinking that don't reflect who I am currently and who I am as a human being and how I show up and the life that I've made for myself, right? So it's like, when I hear people say like, you are not your thoughts, I agree with that. But that thought came to my head more than ever in that moment, because once I caught that thought, it was an immediate like, yo, stop it. You feel me? Like, I didn't let it continue. And I think that sometimes hating on people, jealousy, envy, these are all natural human things that come to us, right? And it's like, when it comes to jealousy, notice what is making you feel jealous, because that is where your desire lies. And that's another thing that I want to keep this brief, because I don't want to get too off topic. The desire that you feel, if you do not give your desires life, if you do not breathe life into your desires, if you do not recognize your desires and look them in the eye and say, hey, I see you and we're going to get there, they will sit there and fester and breed resentment towards any other person who is in a situation where they have acquired the things that you desire. And that's where jealousy comes in, right? So jealousy can be a helpful emotion because it can help guide you to where your desires lie. Now, jealousy becomes a hard emotion or an ugly emotion when you choose to sit in that jealousy and project it onto another human being for your own selfish needs, because you can't track your thoughts. And that is why it's so fucking important for me right now to sit here and be like, yo, like, what are you thinking? Like, what's going on in your mind, bro? Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, for real, bro. And I'm saying all of this to say, like, yeah, change the way you think so you could change the way you feel. That's one thing. But change the way you think so you could change your fucking life, bro. Like, just so that you could change your life, because the way that you feel about yourself, like the things that you think about yourself, our thoughts are really our reality. Like, anything that we think will manifest into reality, bro. Everything that we see is a product of our minds, right? Everything, life is what we make it. Life is really what we fucking make it. It's like, I could sit here and look at myself in the mirror every day and be like, yo, you fucking suck. You're such a hater. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I could have taken that situation and looked at myself in the mirror after it and been like, you're a fucking hater. Like, you just be hating on bitches for no reason. Like, that's mad tacky. Like, what's good with you? You know, like, I could have got real down on myself about it, but I chose not to do that. I'm like, yo, like, you're hating right now. That's not you. What's up with that? Fix it. And so if I were to sit here and think to myself, you're a hater, you're a hater, you're a hater, you're a hater, you're a bad person, you're ugly, like, what's up with you? Like, you're weird. That will become my reality, right? Because I'm sitting here telling myself that I am a hater. I'm saying you are this. I am deciding that for myself. I'm giving myself that title. I'm assigning that to myself, right? But if I take control of my thoughts and I tell myself, hey, you had that thought, where'd that come from? And question myself and challenge myself to inspect that further and to investigate why those kinds of thoughts are lying in my subconscious, then we can make something happen. Like, things can change, you know. And I think that that moment made me think more about how I communicate with myself. I'm a great communicator. I claim that title. I can speak to people very effectively. I'm great at asking questions and carrying on conversation and kind of tracking where people's minds are at and where they're thinking. And I think that it would be very helpful for me if I could turn some of that inquisitive energy back towards myself. Granted, I do think that I'm already very self-interested in figuring myself out more and really learning about who I am and being self-aware. But I think that, like, taking a genuine interest and curiosity in myself as if I were another human being, I feel like that could really help me. And so what I was saying to my best friend on the phone, I'm like, bro, like, I need to start talking to myself more. Like, I do. And I did it. Like, this morning I went for a walk and I talked to myself on my walk. And I didn't look at my phone. I didn't listen to no music. I just walked around my city and I'm like, I'm here right now. It was raining. I took an umbrella. I didn't give a fuck. My hair straight. Tucked that shit in the back. Put my little hat on. And I just took my little walk. I woke up wanting to walk this morning. And so I just spent that time with myself. And I was talking to myself and I was having the same conversation that I'm having right now with myself. And just talking about, like, yo, like, you were really hating. Like, what was going on with that person that, like, made you hate on them? Like, why was that? You know? And it turns back into this thing of, like, why do you believe if we're saying that like jealousy comes from desire, why do I believe that whatever it is that person has that's making me feel jealous, like the thing that I desire that this person has, right? Why do I feel like I can't have that? Like, why does it annoy me or make me jealous that this person has something that I want? Is it because I feel like it's not feasible for me? Because I feel like they have what I want and that they're doing the things that I feel like I can't do? But why can't I do it? You know? And I think that if you pay attention to the things that make you jealous, it's always something that seems just out of your reach, right? Like, you're not looking at Zendaya like, oh, I'm jealous of Zendaya, like, oh, can't believe it, like, I just want to be her. No, I'm not jealous of Zendaya because, hello, like, she's a celebrity. Like, that's, to me, that's like, wow, like, that's off in the distance. Like, that's something that I can be inspired by. Like, wow, it's inspirational. But if you think about what makes you jealous, it's probably somebody that's just like you, but just happens to have a little bit of a step ahead of you in a certain area. And that, to me, just confirms the thought that, like, it comes from desire, because you're just like, damn, like, this person that's just like me has this thing that I want. Why can't I have it too? And it's like, you can. You absolutely can. You can have that. And that's the reason why it's making you feel these emotions, because you really, you really, really, really desire this thing. And our desires are extremely powerful. Our desires are deeply rooted in our like, it's our energy, it's our drive. Like, I read Audre Lorde. I'll summarize the last part of what I was talking about because it's completely blank. So basically, I go into talking about Audre Lorde, uses of the erotic. I talk about the sacral chakra and how it's connected, how it holds our sexuality, our creativity, our expression, and our emotions, and how all of those things are intrinsically interconnected. And so, as women, like, our desires constantly being suppressed, like being told not to be sexual, or being told, being basically taught to channel our desires into romantic relationships, is very damaging to us, because that is a very prevalent source of power, that is raw, untapped energy, that if we were able to really get in control over our desires and the things that truly, genuinely bring our hearts happiness and joy, that our power would just be unharnessed more than it already is. Excuse me. And so I just basically, like, talked more about, like, how if I were able to really, really, really give in to my desires and only do the things that make my heart sing, and not do things out of obligation or because that's what I should do, or whatever the case may be, that my life would look completely different. And then I talked about why it's important to speak to myself and to vocalize these things to myself, because in order to have a conversation with somebody, there's a transmitter and there's a receiver. And so in order to get all of my energy centers in order and on the same page, I have to build a connection with them and speak to them and strengthen my transmission so that my receptors can gain strength and be more receptive to the information that's being transmitted to them, i.e. connecting the mind to the heart. And within that, you're connecting the mind, the heart, the soul, becoming grounded, activating your sacral, basically connecting your energy centers to your physical vessel. And so I really think that the way for me to activate these things is to channel my conscious energy to the parts of me that may be a little bit more subconscious, and just breathe life into them so that I can become more in touch, right? And then another part of that is, like, a conversation works two ways, right? So once I start speaking to my energy centers and the more subconscious or metaphysical parts of my body, then they will be able to speak to me a little bit more clearly, and I will be able to receive and decode that information in a more meaningful way, and just build that relationship with it to the point where we are in constant conversation with each other, literally, and we're getting to know each other on an intimate level, like one would get to know their best friend or their partner. And so that is basically how I summarized it. And yeah, I wish that I could have the original audio for you guys, but I just unfortunately don't. But I'm just grateful that I was able to get the footage that I did get, because I think I got like the best parts in there. But yeah, take this as a sign to really invest in your craft and whatever it is that you're doing. And I think that, to me, that was like a gentle sign, like, hey, you could lose your whole shit if you don't put in a valuable investment towards your craft. And, you know, I think that was God's subtle nudge, because my whole audio could have been out, but I got the better part of 20 minutes in there, and I only missed out on about 7 minutes of audio. But I could have missed out on the whole thing, and I'm not gonna wait until I lose an entire video before I go ahead and make the decision to update my software. That's not software, my hardware, my external shit, everything, period. So yeah, I invested in this desktop. Investments don't stop. Once you make that first one, you gotta keep investing in your shit. And I guess I'm learning that. I'm human. That's it. Really, like, that's the reason why I sit here and fucking talk to myself, because I'm trying to figure this shit out. Like, I don't know nothing. It's my first time on this earth, and it probably won't be my last. But yeah, so take that as your sign. And if you've gotten this far, I appreciate you, and I hope that whatever I said in this video can resonate with you, and I hope that you can get in touch with all your desires and just give yourself everything that you want and love and deserve, because why wouldn't you? If you deserve it, then it's yours. But yeah, thank you for your time. You got this. Let me know what you think. And if you don't already, follow me on Instagram. You can connect with me way more often on there, because I be active on Instagram. I'm only on here every once in a while. But I appreciate y'all nonetheless, and thank you for 100 subscribers. I definitely want to celebrate that soon. I don't know what I want to do, but if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I want to celebrate myself, and I want to do something special. Yeah, that's all I have. Thank you again. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon. Good night. Bye.